What's up, primates? I'm Shane the Skeptic, and as always, I thank you for tuning in to my channel to watch my content. Today, I'm just going to keep this one quick and tell you how it is straight up. People are full of shit, and that's really the whole point. The whole point of this video is to tell you that in a world full of biased and tribal people, being an objective, critical thinker is going to negatively impact a lot of your social interactions. Because you see, the way that the human species seems to, I don't know, how should I say this, operate, is that people like to find post hoc justifications to support either beliefs they already have or reasons to support groups that they're already in or already supportive of. Not a whole lot of people like to stop and think critically about areas in which they're being influenced by cognitive biases, which people all have, right? Nobody doesn't have cognitive biases. People don't stop to think, is it possible that maybe I'm being hypocritical in some way, shape, or form? Is it possible that I'm failing to realize that I'm everything that I stand against? People don't consider these things because people do not care about objectivity. I can give you a couple of examples. Let's go for it right here. A lot of my left-leaning friends, progressive friends, pick your label, pretend to be very anti-body shaming, right? They pretend that this is a very strict thing that they're against. This is one of their morals, one of their principles, is that body shaming is bad. And as I've pointed out, when Greta Thunberg responded to Andrew Tate on Twitter, and I'm not an Andrew Tate fan, I'm glad that the guy is in prison, and I actually do think he's guilty, so I'm not somebody defending him. But when Greta responded to him, saying something body shaming about men with small dicks, everybody cheered her on for it. And furthermore, everybody pretended that she had said something amazing. And it was like, oh, I remember all of my friends' posts on Facebook were like, I'd like to report a murder, as if like, oh, she killed him with this response kind of thing. So all of these people that I know who regularly talk about body shaming being a bad thing, well, when it's being done by somebody that they like to somebody that they dislike, that principle goes out the window. And this is the thing. People don't really have principles, or people don't really stick to their principles because it doesn't matter. As long as something is being done by somebody that you like, you're more willing to excuse it. If it's being done to somebody that you don't like, then you're more willing to justify it. Now, obviously, we're going to want to look at other examples than that, right? Let's look at the feminist movement. The fundamentals of feminism that I think anyone in the right mind should agree with is that rape is wrong and that awareness of rape should be raised, right? We should raise awareness of this thing that happens very regularly and is a terrible thing that should never be supported, condoned, excused. Except if you think about the fact that at the prominent feminist event, the Women's March, which is hosted by a lot of prominent feminist organizations, they literally have this woman whose name is Donna Hilton as a speaker, in spite of the fact that Donna Hilton has been not just credibly accused, but convicted of kidnapping, raping, ransoming a man who ended up dying. Let's just think about that. That is somebody that the feminists are willing to allow be a speaker in their movement. Yeah, remember what I said about people are full of shit. About these right-wingers who call themselves constitutionalists, right? A lot of them still support Donald Trump, despite the fact that he literally called for the termination of the Constitution. I mean, to call yourself a constitutionalist, as though the foundation of everything that you believe is standing by and supporting the Constitution, still supporting Donald Trump, despite the fact that he called for the termination of the Constitution. Again, it's one of the best examples of bias that I've seen, and it's just people are blind to it. Better example that everybody should be able to see, but apparently I'm the only one. Let's look at Democrats and let's look at Republicans, right? Or whichever way you vote, because a lot of people will vote for one of those, but they don't call themselves a member of the party. Okay, whatever. Let's think about this real quickly, though. Consider the following question. Should mishandling classified documents disqualify somebody from being the president? If your answer to that question is yes, then what logically follows from that is that Donald Trump and Joe Biden should both be disqualified from being the president. But no, half of you were going to say that Trump shouldn't be the president because he mishandled classified documents while simultaneously excusing Biden. And then the other half of you are going to say that Biden should be disqualified from the presidency because he mishandled classified documents and simultaneously defend Trump doing it. I mean, are you children? No. Sadly, these are grown-ass adults that I actually have to share a world with. People who can't stop and think critically. People who get mad at you when you do. If you stand there and say, hey, according to this thing, this principle, right? People who mishandle classified documents should be the president. According to this, both of them are disqualified. Everybody says fuck you and assumes that you're supporting the one that they don't like. Every time I say something about Donald Trump to a Trump supporter, they think I like Joe Biden. Every time I say anything about Joe Biden, that is not praising him, because I don't praise him, because why the fuck would I? He's Joe Biden. People assume I'm some Trump supporter. You'd have to not know me to think that. But the point is this. People cannot handle or do not know how to process somebody actually just looking at things objectively and being honest. It's so rare that people don't know how to react when they see it. And they get mad. If anything that I said in this video offended you, then please get mad, be mad, stay mad. I don't give a fuck. Because if this video actually offended you, where I talked about the fact that people are biased and tribal, and that pissed you off, you are part of the problem. Stay safe, have a good day. I wish nothing but health and happiness to you and everybody that you love. Take care.